Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
So nice to have you here. We warmly thank you for accepting our invitation to deliver a workshop. Antoniou is a language teacher's trainer, and she works at the Cyprus University of Technology. And she is going to deliver a workshop on how to use Moodle Quiz to create language activities. We are looking forward to that.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you for inviting me. I hope you find the presentation interesting, and hopefully at the end you'll get inspired and use this tool yourselves. My name is Antoniou. As Maria said, I am a language instructor and researcher at Cyprus University of Technology. I teach French and English. Actually, my PhD thesis was on linguistics, on theoretical linguistics, but after working with my colleagues down to the Cyprus University of Technology, I became more of an applied linguist at the end of the day. I am very intrigued by the computer assisted language learning, and recently, due to COVID and lockdown, I was forced, if I'm allowed to say that, to find some ways to adapt to the new situation. And I turned to Moodle, the official platform of our university, to see what I can do from there to enhance my lesson, to find ways to keep my students motivated. So I came across with Moodle Quiz, which I find it very, very interesting and very handy for all teachers who use the Moodle platform. And in this workshop today, I will show you how you can create language activities using Moodle Quiz, which is a feature of Moodle learning management system. So after an introduction, we will present, I will present in short the Moodle learning management system, and then the Moodle's feature that is called Moodle Quiz. I will show you some examples of the activities that I have created for my lesson, and then I will demonstrate step by step how these activities can be created. Now, computer-assisted language learning is constantly gaining ground among the methods used today for language teaching and learning. As this is evidenced by the choice of many teacher training courses to incorporate technology, not only as part of their syllabus, but also as part of their pedagogy. And it is true that many higher education institutions ask the foreign language candidates to be qualified in instructional technologies. And it's expected from language instructors to have acquired the necessary technological knowledge that support pedagogy and find a way to successfully implement it in a language class. While it is true that with effective implementation, technology can lead to improved students' outcomes, yet it demands that the instructor develops a range of technical skills. Many early and in-service language teachers are often challenged by these theories and practices that underlie CALL, despite the fact that they are familiar with technology. In the aims of this workshop, sorry, I have the pictures your photos in the middle, and I have okay. The aim of this workshop is twofold. Firstly, I want to present an amazing tool for language teaching and assessment, and secondly, and hopefully, to help the participants improve their digital skills. Now, a few words about Moodle. I don't know if you are familiar with Moodle. It is an open source software, a free learning platform. According to the official website, Moodle is the most widely used learning platform in the world, more than 250 million users from 241 different countries. Moodle follows a constructivist pedagogy, placing the learner in the center of the learning experience and of the language acquisition. It provides tools that support an inquiry and discovery-based approach to learning and promotes the collaborative interaction between students. The learner is actively engaged in the process of learning and is building on the previous knowledge. This tool can support blended learning. The platform can support blended learning, but it also has a possibility to support fully online lessons tailored to fit each course instructors and learners' needs. The platform permits the instructor to manage the course and the homework, but also supports both synchronous and asynchronous collaboration by the use of video conferences in the first case and the use of forums, for example, in the second. In addition to the wide range of tools already available by Moodle, the platform allows the administrator to add even more through various plugins that are available on the web, like the attendance plugin, the big blue button, H5P, etc. As the platform is web-based, it can be accessed by anywhere in the world and by the use of different web browsers and devices. Of course, behind these experiences, learning experience, is always the instructor who, through the use of such e-platforms, facilitates the learning experience of learners. And even though implementing technology in a language class can be beneficial to the students, it can be ineffective if the instructor does not know how to properly apply it. Now, Moodle Quiz has different types of activities that we can use to create our own activities. You can see here there are 21 different question types. Drag and drop into text, drop onto an image, matching, gap fill, ordering, etc. In this workshop, hopefully we will see only 4 of them. I don't think we'll have the time to show more, but with experimentation and creativity, more ways for each of these templates can be found by the language instructor. Now, how can you create a Moodle quiz? I will show you in practice in a minute, but for the moment, let me tell you that in order to create a Moodle quiz, the steps that need to be followed fall into 2 main categories. First one, you need to create the quiz and set its options like the layout, the timing, the grading, the feedback, etc. And then you need to add the pedagogical questions to the quiz. Today, we will demonstrate how to create pedagogical activities to add in a quiz to be used either for assessment or consolidation. However, on Moodle's official web page, you can find much information about the technical part of the quiz, like the timing, the layout, and all that. Now, here it is an activity that I have created, and we'll explain later how I did it. I will present now for 4 examples before going on the platform. This is an embedded answers question. It consists of a passage of a text. The left side is the way we can see it as instructors, and the right side, or as creators, and the right side is the way students can see, is the final product. For this particular activity, students are being asked to study the genealogical tree inserted in the form of an image. After observing the family tree, they need to read the passage and fill in the gaps with the right member of the family with the right word. Now, considering the fact that students may not have the French keyboard installed on their computer, I have added special characters on the top of the activity so that they can copy and paste those special characters in French. And I will show you later how you can do this exactly. This is another example where students, again, they need to type the right answer. This activity includes practice, knowledge, and culture. They are being tested in the use of the imperative form of the verbs. And based on the images and the words and the verbs given, the learner is prompted to choose the right verb from the list given and put it in the imperative form. Additional images are added in the text. between the words to demonstrate the verbs that the learners are required to add to help them a little bit. Here, two friends are reading an authentic TV program in French and are discussing the times of the different programs. They are asked to play the role of the two friends, and they need to fill in the blanks with the right time the show starts and finishes. And in order to avoid any misunderstandings, the right time is also noted between brackets at the end of each sentence. The final example is a drag and drop matching question. In this contextualized situation, this is a fashion parade, and students are prompted to play the role of audience members and identify each mannequin and what they wear. There is an image of 5 people, and the students need to read the description that is found on the right about their outfits, study the image, and then match or drag and drop the right description next to the right name. I will show you later in a minute how you can do it. Now, I will go straight to the platform so that I can show you how you can create these activities. Let me know, because I opened another window. Are you on the PowerPoint now, or are you with me on the Moodle platform page, on my page? What can you see?
I can see your PowerPoint.
My PowerPoint, okay. I thought that would be automatically diverted. Now?
Now we are in the Moodle.
Good.
I think now we can see the, okay.
Technological University.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is one of my courses. This is the Moodle platform. This is the one of my pages, how I have structured the whole page.
It looks really nice.
Thank you. There's a lot of effort and a lot of hours spending here. You can see that I have chosen the thematic, the grid, because by this way, the students know that each box contains one subject. Doesn't necessarily mean that one box is one lesson. It can be 2 or 3. It's just divided based on subjects, and I prefer it this way. I have added the same kind of pictures in each one for having a consistency. And at the end, I have created one extra week, one extra subject for our workshop today. So I will explain now how you can create a quiz. And later I will show you activities, the final product, how they are at the ending point, and then how it's supposed to appear to you that you are creating the activities. First of all, in order to add a quiz, to add any question, you need to add a quiz. You go on the top of the page and you turn editing on. Once you do that, you can see that you see all your subjects. They're unfolded, and you can see all your subjects and everything you have added. Now I'm going straight there. Okay, here you have this button, add an activity or resource. We click there. Many activities, many resources that Moodle offers to us. We're adding quiz, and we add that. Now, here it is necessary to add a name. This name is the name that will appear on the page that the students can see. So make sure that it's something that the students can recognize. If it's an assessment or if it's in a consolidating activity, you can choose a name accordingly. Let's say this is something for an exam. You can add final exam and maybe the date, okay, the semester, fall 2021. Here, by scrolling down, you can see all these different technical parts that you have to go through. For this, on the official page of Moodle, these are very well explained, all and everything. Just let me tell you only 2 of them. The timing, which is very important. You need to add the date and the time that your students will take the quiz, the activity, whatever you want. Or you can set a time limit. This is the first one. And the second one that is very important is the review options. You can choose whether your students can see whether their answers are correct and their grades immediately after the attempt, later while the quiz is still open, or after the quiz is closed. Usually, when I have consolidating activities, I take everything, I let everything on so that the students can have immediate feedback. If it's an assessment at the end or at the end of the semester, like a final exam, then I leave nothing enabled because I want to go back and review whatever the students have written. So depending on what you want. Now, you save, let's save and display. I will go back here on subject 17. So our quiz is created. You have the name and everything. While the editing is still on, you are always on editing. The editing should be on. We click there, and now we need to add our activities. Now we have a blank quiz. We have nothing in it. Edit quiz. Okay, here you have the maximum grade. Maybe it's out of 10, out of 100. Whatever you want to add here. You can shuffle the questions that will be added in the test. You can keep them without ticking that box, whatever you choose. And then you need to add an activity. 3 ways to add an activity. First way, add a new question that you can create on your own. I will show you how. From question bank, all the activities that you are creating are being stored in a question bank. And then you can go there and choose them again and import them in any quiz on any course you have as many times as you wish. And you can choose add a random question. Now, if you're adding from a question bank, you can see here, these are the activities that I have already created. So you just click on one and you add and add selected questions to the quiz. But for now, we will create a new activity. Let's see how. Add a new question. Okay, here you have so many question types that you have to choose one of them. It's not easy to find the right question type for the right activity. You need to have your purpose on mind, what you want to teach or what you want to assess. And keep in mind, as I will show you later, you will see that one activity type, with one activity type, you can create various different activities. It's not that if you see, for example, drag and drop, let me show you something that can be used numerous ways, like matching. I will show you 5, I think, different ways you can use matching. The only thing you have to do is experiment, nothing else. So let me choose matching. You have here, again, a question name and a question text. On the question name, you put a name that you recognize. It will be shown only on your question, on your question bank. Sorry. So you have to make sure that you add something here that you will recognize if you want to add this activity again later. And here you type the question text. In order to explain what you need to type below, I will show you a ready activity that I have already made so that you can understand how you can do it. I will go back to show you the activities. Let's see the first one, embedded closed questions. Okay, I have added here 4 activities using this particular question type. This is the first one. I have added a picture and below a text, and the students need to type the right answer. In the second one, I have added an audio file, and the students have to listen and fill in the blanks, fill in the gaps. Again, embedded. That means that you have already added the right answer and you're expecting the students to type the right answer. Another way I have used this question type is this. I have a text here, I have a picture here which represents something that the student needs to fill in. And because we cannot type on the picture, I have added the gaps below. So the student needs to read this one carefully, the text, and then complete this form. Just they have to complete it below, not on the picture. And the fourth type are the different types of answers you may have using this particular activity. In order to understand this, I'll have to edit the question to show you how it's done. Now, this is how it's supposed to appear to you. I have added the question type here. For me, it's CE represents compréhension écrite. That means that it's reading comprehension. And I have the name of the activity. Here, I have the instruction, what the students are supposed to do. I have added a picture. You have here a bar, the toolbar. I'm sure that you can recognize many of these keys. However, here are some keys that probably you don't recognize. The first one is to add a picture. I will show you. The second one is to add media, either a link, a video, or audio. This one that we will see later, if you want to add a recording of your own voice, maybe you want to say something to the students before they start the activity. And here is the recording with an image. I can't show you now because my camera is linked to the Zoom. Okay, let's say you need to add a picture like I did here. Now you go here, insert or edit image, browse, choose file, and you go straight to your files. I have some pictures here, and let me choose this one. Upload this file, and I have it here. Now, from here, you can change the size of the picture. Make sure that auto size is enabled, otherwise the picture will not be very good at the end. And you change if you want it bigger, if you want it much smaller, and you choose whatever you want. Now, you click on this image is decorative only, and you add it. Here it is. Here is my picture. For the picture I had earlier, which is the picture of a family, it's not this one, but never mind. I will upload this one. Now, no, it is, yes. Okay. For this picture, I have created it on PowerPoint. I have added pictures on PowerPoint. I have put the lines, the names, etc. And then I chose everything, copy, paste as a picture, add as a picture, save as a picture on your PC, and you have it. By double click, you can come back here and change the size if it seems too big or too small for you. Now, you have the text. Now, how do you type the text? Okay, here's the text. But in order to have the right answer, you need to insert a code. This is the code that you need to copy and paste for every possible answer, or for every answer you need your students to type. You only change the answer. For example, the words here are grand-mère that the students need to type, copy, paste, because if you do not do this and you put an extra space or something, the code will not work. This code is also available on Moodle's official platform, and you can go and find it there and copy paste. It's not difficult if you cannot remember it. I have it I have everything on a Word document, all the coding, and I'm just copy and paste whatever I want. The first number is the grade. For example, this answer will get 1 mark. This one 1 mark, etc. I have 10 answers, 10 gaps that need to be filled by the students. So 10 points for this activity. So this is the way you use the embedded clause question. You write your text, you use this code, and then the result is what you've seen before. This is the result. And the students here type their answer. The same way for the second activity, just getting a bit creative. Instead of adding a picture, I have added an audio. From here, insert or edit an audio video file. I click on audio, browse, choose file. I go and find my audio. I want this one. I upload it. Take some time. Now I think because we are connected, it takes a bit of time. Insert media, and you have your audio here. And your student can hear this as many times as they wish. If you don't want them to hear them, to listen to it again and again, then you have to go back to the quiz, to editing the quiz, the settings, and set time. If you set time, they cannot listen to it many times. And again, below you can see the coding. Let me make it larger. You can see the coding, these curly brackets, 1 semicolon, colon, short answer, etc. And this is, here I'm expecting the students to type the number 12 and here the number 2. So they listen and they fill in the gaps. Okay. In exercise 3, again, it's the same way of thinking. I have inserted these 2 pictures, by the way I've shown you, and then this is the text with the coding, just the coding here. You can see, and the students are asked to type the right answers. The only thing about this activity is that if they add an extra space, if they type 2 letters the other way, the system will not automatically take it as a correct answer, obviously. So you need to review the quiz yourself to make sure that sometimes there is a dash or there is an extra space and the system counts it as a mistake. So we need to go back and review each student's. For answers, you can also have these 5 different ways if you type a different code. For example, with using a specific code, students may choose apple or banana as an answer, this or that one, and they don't have to type anything. Or apple and banana can be in this way, or they can choose it by this way, or in a square. Now, to use this, I haven't been experimenting much with this coding, but this is the coding. Again, you can find it on Moodle official page and just copy paste the code the way it is and change the words. For example, here, if I want, instead of apple, I want pear to be the right answer, I click pear. Okay? And the wrong answer, I want to be, I don't know, TV, then I erase TV and a banana and I put TV. So you have to copy and paste the coding. Now, let's go to something that it's, I think it's more easy, the next one, because the embedded has this coding in it. The matching question is a whole different way. The way we're creating the matching question. This is a typical matching question. This is a matching question type of activity. You have the first part of
a sentence or a phrase, and they need to choose one of the right column. So they match. This is the simplest form of matching question type that you can use. In the second part, you can add again an audio, and in the place of words, you can add images, and the students can choose the right answer. Let me show you how. I will show you first the activities, and then here I have added a text in a form of an image again, and then the questions below, and the students need to choose 1, 2, and 3. All of these activities are made by using the matching type question. This is what I was saying earlier, that it just needs to be, you need to be creative. This is another way, true, false. Even though there is a true, false question type on Moodle Quiz, I wouldn't advise you to use it because you can add only one question. Okay, if your question is too long and you need to have only one true, false below, that's fine. But for me here, that I wanted to have many questions and I want them to answer whether the statement is true or false, the true, false activity type doesn't work that way. So I've used the matching activity. And another way is this one, where you can add pictures and then they can choose the right answer. Now, how can you do it? In this activity type, again, you need to put the question type always. In the question text, you add your the instruction, whatever you want them to do. Usually it's match something, match the first column with the second, match the answers, or find the answers to the questions. And below we have this one, question number 1. You type your question here and you type your answer here. The answers appear in the right part of the page and the questions on the left part of the page. You can add as a question whatever you want. You can add a picture like I did with the nationalities. You can add audio. You can add video, whatever you want. And here you can add your answer. Keep in mind that you can add more answers than questions. So the students will have more to choose from, more answers to choose from. So this is the way I did this activity. If I go now to the second one that are with pictures, the same way, the instruction is here, the audio file is here, and below, instead of words of a question, I've added a picture. For this audio, there are 5, I think, dialogues, 5 conversations, and the students are asked to choose which conversation is which picture. So the right answer is that this is conversation number 2, this is conversation number 3, and they see the picture and they need to choose which conversation is each one. In the audio, for example, you can listen to people saying conversation number 1, and you hear 2 people talking, conversation number 2. So students need to choose. In number 3, this is one of my favorites. I like this one. Again, what did I do here? I actually made it a multiple choice question using the matching type question type. I have added here again in a form of a picture. You could type whatever you want here, you could type it. However, it won't be in the form that I would like it to be. This is an email retrieved from real life situation. So I've created this picture again using my PowerPoint, and I have cut the whole picture, saved it as a picture, and inserted it here. And below, I have added the question and then 3 possible answers. So what appears to the student is 1, 2, and 3. And they choose the right answer. If I have added here 53 and here 24, then in the right column, the students wouldn't have 1, 2, 3. They would have 53, 24. They would have the answers. So in this way, you make a multiple choice question, and it's much easier than actually using the multiple choice question offered by Moodle Quiz, because that one doesn't offer you so many options. Again, you write the answers and the questions. For this one, I have added the audio, and I have, again, the question, and the answers are only true, false. So what the student sees is true, false. However, make sure that your true or false, whatever you type, is always the same. If I type like this, then three options will appear to the student. This one with not a capital I, and this one with a capital I. So make sure that the words true, false are typed in the same way, and you don't make any mistakes on that. And finally, this one, I think you have understood by now how we do it. Again, we have the instruction, and below I have added the flags. And here I am Italian, j'habite en Italie, je suis italien, and the students need to match the nationalities and where these people live according to the flag there. Again, you can add more answers than you have than pictures, and the students will have to choose from more possible answers. They will have more possible answers. Now, another activity type is the drag and drop matching question, which is a really nice one. Here, the students, they see these people. This was a consolidating activity. They see these people wearing these clothes, and here they have the description of their outfits, and they need to drag and drop in the right space. If it's not correct, they put it back and they choose another. Another way of using this activity, this activity type, here I have added an audio where they describe how to make chocolate cake. And I have here the quantities, I have here the ingredients, and they need to drag and drop again. I need 3 of what? Of this one, of that one, what? 130 grams of what? Chocolate, flour, sugar, butter, what? And they choose. And the last one for this activity type, it's again an audio. What's the weather? What the weather will be like tomorrow in these 5 cities in Greece? And I have here the pictures, and they need to drag and drop depending on what they listen. Now, how do we create these activities? Very simple and very easy, but yet very motivating for the students. Quel temps fera-t-il demain en Grèce? What the weather will be like? What the weather will be like tomorrow? I have added the audio here, and I have here the city, and below the picture, the right answer. For this activity, because it was part of their summative assessment on their final exams, I have added 2 more pictures that they will not use at the end. So they have 5 cities and 5 pictures. Again, you know how to import a picture, insert an image by your computer. You need to save the pictures on a folder on your PC, and then don't forget to shuffle, to click on shuffle, because if you click on that, the students will not have the same will not have this the activity will not be in the same row for all the students, which is very good. It prevents copying and cheating. And finally, I have time, okay, an essay question, and I finish with this. Okay, I know essay question. What can we do with an essay question? Actually, we can do more than what we think. This is a simple essay question. Here is the simplest form. They need to type something. I ask them to write to a friend, and they type their answer here. However, there is another way to use the essay type question. This one, I have added a picture, and below they need not to type but to speak. And how are they going to do that? By clicking here, record audio. Students can record. Now it's being recorded. My own voice is being recorded. So they see the picture, they describe the apartment, it's been recorded, stop recording, attach recording, completed. I have my students recording here for assessment. Or what I did last semester during lockdown, I asked them to use not the audio, but the video. And the students had to record a video of themselves describing the apartment that you see here. Again, the picture is made with the use of PowerPoint. And they described the apartment, and they had to record themselves describing the apartment. And this is just an essay question, but it's another way of describing, of using the essay type question. Here I have asked them, what are you going to eat tomorrow? And I am telling them what they should say. And again, I ask them to record themselves instead of typing. And they actually described what they will eat tomorrow. There are many activity types that can be used. I have shown you only 4 and numerous ways, but 2 or 3 ways to use each question type. But this is only limited to your creativity, your imagination, and your time. You can experiment, and you do so many things with that. As I've said, the possibilities in creating language activities using Moodle Quiz are endless. All the activities you are creating are saved in the question bank. You can retrieve them anytime you wish. There is a variety of activity types to choose from. There are numerous ways each one can be used. It's just up to you. The instructor can let the students retake the activities multiple times if you want to, and providing immediate feedback to them. Moodle Quiz supports constructivism, as the activities can be based on thematic approach, as you could see. They include practice, knowledge, culture, and put the learner in the center of their learning experience. My students really like it when I use Moodle Quiz activities, even for consolidation. They find it very motivating. As for the disadvantages, we have found only a limited number of disadvantages. One of them is the matter of copyright. Unfortunately, it is not clear what happens when the same lesson is being assigned to another instructor the following semester. Moodle Quiz activities are the instructor's intellectual property, and it is not clear what happens after if the lesson is assigned to another colleague. And of course, the second disadvantage is that it's a bit time consuming, but it's rewarding. It's rewarding because you have so many activities at the end of the day that you can retrieve anytime. All the information described in this presentation and in the workshop today can be found on our chapter with Dr. Papadima-Sophocleous that is already been published. Feel free to visit our references. And thank you for being so patient with me. I hope that you got a little bit intrigued to use this feature. I like it. I use it very much with my students. They say that they find it motivating, engaging, and they like it. Thank you all for your attention.